The Lion King. This is the live-action remake movie by Walt Disney Studios. The Lion King is directed by Jon Favreau. This film was released into theaters in the United States on Friday, July 19th, 2019. This film is rated PG for sequences of violence and peril and some thematic elements. This film has a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes. I would say this film would be okay for any age group, children, teens, adults, seniors. It's for anybody and everybody. So this film follows the same storyline as the original 1994 animated film of the same name. Though there are some things about the film that are different. There are a couple of new sequences that are not in the original film. But it's just like one or two. I mean, it's not a whole like cluster of new things, just like I said, one or two. Excuse me. The film stars the voice talent of Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, John Oliver as Zazu, James Earl Jones as Mufasa, John Connie as Rafiki, Alfre Woodard as Sarabi, J.D. McCary as young Simba, Beyonce as Nala, Shadahi Wright Joseph as young Nala, and Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, and Billy Eichner as Timon. So, again, this film pretty much follows the same storyline as the 1994 animated film. So, The Lion King tells the story of Simba, a young lion cub who is to succeed his father Mufasa as king of the Pride Lands. However, after Simba's uncle Scar, Mufasa's jealous younger brother, tricks both Simba and Mufasa and ends up murdering Mufasa. Simba is then manipulated by Scar into thinking that he was responsible for Mufasa's death. So he flees, Simba, the young lion cub, flees into exile. Growing up and living among two new friends, a warthog and a meerkat named Timon and Pumbaa, Simba is given some valuable perspective and taught a new way to live. It isn't until his childhood friend Nala, who manages to locate Simba after all these years, gives him some valuable perspective on his life and what it should be, and also that he needs to return and take his place as king. Simba is also shown that he has to face his past from a wise monkey named Rafiki. Simba realizes he's been running for too long and goes back to the Pride Lands to challenge Scar and to end his tyranny and take his place in the circle of life as the rightful king of the Pride Lands. So that's pretty much the synopsis of the story. Like I said, it follows the same exact story from the animated film. As far as the music goes, Hans Zimmer, who composed the 1994 score music for the animated film, returns to compose the score for this remake. Also, Elton John has returned to rework his musical compositions from the original film before his retirement. And he was also assisted by Beyonce. So John and the original film lyricist Tim Rice and Beyonce also created a new song for the film entitled Spirit, and it was performed by Beyonce in the film. The film also features some other songs of the Tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and the song He Lives in You from the Broadway production of The Lion King. So, all in all, the music is, for this film, I didn't think it was as powerful or as bombastic as the music in the original film. And I expected it to be, more powerful, more emotional, even though it was the same music and same musical cues and songs. It just, I don't know, it just felt like they didn't try. So I don't really know what's up with that. So looking back on this film after watching it, this film fails to deliver in all areas of the film. So let's talk about those. The lack of expression in the animals and the characters, in the way they give their lines, or the dialogue, and even, you know, the animators, how they didn't make the animals have any kind of facial emotion or expressions. It was just kind of like, you know, nothing. And I didn't feel anything from these characters. The lack of originality, like I said, there may have been one or two original things, but they put in the movie. But all in all, it was pretty much the same story as the '94 version. So let's talk about the worst part of the film: the actors. All of these actors, including the magnificent James Earl Jones, it's like they did not give any effort or emotion in the characters when they were speaking dialogue. It's like they were just like, okay, Simba, Timon, Pumbaa. It's like they were so monotone. I mean, it was like they were half asleep or on drugs or drunk or something. I mean, it was horrible. Some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard, not in terms of what was said, but just the delivery of the dialogue. It was horrible. This is some of the worst casting I've ever seen. Even James Earl Jones, his voiceovers were terrible. And Beyonce, oh my gosh, she should never have been cast. That was, I mean, she's a musical artist, not an actor, not a voice actor, or not an actor, period. She was the worst Nala they could have chosen. And I read something today on this, that the director, Jon Favreau, chose her because she could relate well with children. Who gives a crap? I mean, you know, this movie's not just for children, it's for everybody. I mean, he could have picked a much better female to give the voice of Nala, and he chooses Beyonce? Beyonce. Give me a fucking break. So, I mean, yeah, she was the worst part of the film. I just can't believe it. And I'm not an actor, but I think I could have done a better job of acting than what they gave. This movie, I'm sorry, it's a fucking disaster. It was like, and it was so just, you know, every time you thought it was going to maybe get better, it didn't. It just disappoints. When it was over, I couldn't get out of the theater fast enough. I was just like, God, get me out of here. It was horrible. The only thing this movie has going for are like the visuals, the landscapes, and the color schemes and look of the film. That was probably the best part of the film. Other than that, this film is nothing. I mean, it's garbage. It's garbage. I'm sorry, it is. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this for people who are like, oh, you're being too hard, Wade. You're being too hard. No, I'm not. No, sorry. So let's talk about my final grade. My final grade for this movie is an F. Yeah, it was horrible, and it pretty much deserves that F. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate it. Thank you for being on my channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video as well, and give me some great comments on what you think about the movie. Just nothing harsh, please. No trash talk. No, none of that stuff. God bless you guys. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.